Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Nort, and today guys, I've written down all of this stuff, like literally everything on this piece of paper, because I was thinking to myself, you know what, let's do another Easter egg video, and I was trying to think of Easter eggs, mysteries, just awesome things in the game to try and tell you guys about in today's episode. And this is when I got thinking, because I was thinking to myself, to find these amazing Easter eggs, you have to look at the real life location which Rockstar Games based that thing off. So let's say, for example, if you take a look in the distance, you can see Maze Bank over there. For those of you guys who don't know, the Maze Bank in Los Santos is based off the real life bank in Los Angeles. The entire of Los Santos is based in Los Angeles, and that's basically why it looks exactly the same. And then if you look at the hills around it, they're just the mountains and hills around Los Angeles. And then if you take a look at anything in GTA 5, it has a real life reference, which Rockstar Games based it from. That's why GTA 5 looks so real when you compare it to reality, because Rockstar Games literally took that location from a real life location. And something which no one's done, I don't know why, like none of us have thought about this, but even though we've discovered so many Easter eggs by comparing real life locations to the actual location in GTA 5, no one has compared Mount Chiliad to the mountain in real life. And this was new to me. When I discovered this, I was thinking to myself, okay, this could actually bring some stuff. And I was researching this mountain, and it answered everything about this mystery, about this Easter egg, about all of the secrets inside Mount Chiliad. And oh boy guys, do I have so many things to tell you guys about today, because this clue, which every single one of us missed, has just answered everything. And I think you guys are going to love this video. In fact guys, I know most of you guys are going to end this video just completely mind blown, because what I have to show you guys today is crazy. Before we get into this guys, I just want to ask you one favor. If you do end this video just completely mind blown or just amazed with the stuff I have to show you guys today, then dropping a like on this video would mean the world to me. It just means so much to me guys, seeing the incredible support you guys have given this channel, especially this video, because I've spent hours researching this and I think you guys are in for a treat today. So let's just get straight into this guys. So we're just going to start with the real life location of Mount Chiliad. Now if you guys want to guess where this real life location is and what this mountain is called in real life, then now is your chance to do so. I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Just comment in the comments section below, pause this video, and if you guys are correct, I'll make sure to reply and respond to a few of you guys. But Mount Chiliad was based off, let me make sure I pronounce this right, Mount Shasta, which is actually in California. I believe it's Northern California. It's just outside Los Angeles, which makes perfect sense because Los Angeles is where Los Santos was based, and the geography of this mountain fits perfectly with sandy shores and where everything else around us was based as well. I just want to make it clear that a simple Google search on Mount Shasta will bring you guys thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of discoveries about paranormal or UFO activity on this mountain, about tribes, about people, about so many things. This mountain is one of the #1 hotspots for paranormal activity in the entire world, which is crazy. And this explains everything about why Mount Chiliad is how it is. I'm going to go through everything detail for detail, but I thought I may as well tell you guys that now, because once this video is over, or even if you guys are watching this video, just do a simple search on this mountain and you guys are going to find out so much information about this. But I'm going to go through the key points now so you guys won't have to do so. But if you guys are interested in doing that, then yeah, you guys totally can do. So we're going to start off with the UFO hotspot. Yes guys, if you're ever wondering, in fact, let me see if I can do this now. We'll just change the time over to 3 in the morning and I'll make it thunder and lightning, because I think we're at 100% already. Thunder? Yes, there's the UFO. So if you're ever wondering what caused Rockstar Games to do this, they didn't really have a choice, because this entire mountain is one of the #1 hotspots for UFOs in the world. Literally, I was doing research and thousands of people have discovered UFOs. There's even videos of people filming UFOs on Mount Shasta as well, and it's pretty crazy to see how many people are just discovering UFOs and aliens on this mountain. So it makes total sense that Rockstar Games would just take this mountain from real life and bring all of the mysteries and Easter eggs which came with this mountain into GTA 5. And the #1 thing which they couldn't forget was, of course, the UFO. And the FIB logo on top might be a nudge or might be a hint or something that this UFO was controlled by authorities and stuff like that. It might be a weather balloon, it might be a plane or something like that. Maybe Rockstar Games added that on to kind of nudge the mystery people saying, hey, this isn't actually a UFO, but it looks like one, so have a UFO. So maybe that's why the FIB logo is on it, but just going with this theory, I think you guys are going to enjoy this because it doesn't just stop at the UFO. This is merely the base of this video, okay? It's just the base. Now, as I said earlier, the mountain itself is already a paranormal and UFO hotspot. Once again, just simply do a search on this and you guys will understand that. But not only is it a paranormal and UFO hotspot, if you take a look at some legendary facts about Mount Shasta, there's actually, let me make sure I get this right. Mount Shasta is home to many ascended masters known as a brotherhood. There's actually a book called The Unveiled Mysteries which discusses this, and according to the book, various meadows and caves on Mount Shasta took him to magical places within the mountain. Many people have claimed similar encounters as well. Now, when I read this, I thought of only one thing, only one place on Mount Chiliad, and that is the Outpost Camp, which is literally known as the Brotherhood in GTA 5. You couldn't make this up. If you were to go over to the Outpost Camp, you would describe them as the Brotherhood, and I think they describe themselves as the Brotherhood as well. Rockstar Games literally took that legend from in real life and put it into the Outpost Camp. It's somewhere down there. It's somewhere down there, though. You can see the tower just at the top. Moving into this Easter egg and diving even further, you will also notice that alongside all of the Ascended Masters and the Brotherhood are also Native Americans. And I believe they live on Mount Shasta today. According to my research, there's plenty of tribes and plenty of Native Americans who live there. But these Native Americans only live at the bottom of Mount Shasta. They don't live at the top because the mountain is perceived as to hold the power of God, according to all of the research I've got online. And it's considered so sacred that out of respect, no one is allowed to live on top of the mountain. So the Native Americans, and this might be a history lesson as well, guys, so the Native Americans wouldn't live on the mountain, but instead lived just below it, just like you can see in the Outpost Camp. As you guys can see, this is where the Outpost Camp is based. You can see there's that little hill going there, and that just goes all the way up to the top of Mount Chiliad over there. This is still connected to Mount Chiliad, but it's not on the peak, and that is the reason why, which I think is awesome because Rockstar Games have literally gone into the geography on this, and the reason why the Outpost Camp is not on top of Mount Chiliad is because it's not meant to be. Not only do we know that tribes and brotherhoods and Native Americans all live at the bottom of Mount Shasta today, legend also says that there is a city underneath Mount Shasta known as the Telos, which lives under the mountain for the ancient civilization of Lemuria. Lemuria? I hope I said that right, for the Lemurians, or the ancient civilization of Lemuria. I think they're called Lemurians in plural, but it's basically where they live underneath the mountain known as Mount Shasta in the city of Telos. Now, this is only a legend, but if you guys do some more research into this, just simply go on Google Images and type in the city of Telos, or just simply type in the ancient civilization of Lemuria. If you do some research on that and look on Google Images, honestly, on the first page, you will see tunnels and all of these really weird caves inside Mount Shasta. This is only the start of where this clue begins. So if we take a look into this legend a little bit more, you will notice that it describes the Lemurians, the people who live in this underground city in Mount Shasta, as 8-foot tall blonde people who would buy stuff in the city with gold. And legend says that if you gather at sunset, you will see a tall Lemurian woman who would exit the city and appear in the cold waters of Panther Springs, then proceed to walk into the forest. And this location, I was actually researching where Panther Springs was. It isn't actually on Mount Shasta. It's on like a hill or something near Mount Shasta to the east or something. But believe it or not, Rockstar Games have also included this in the game. Like, I was thinking to myself, there's no spring on Mount Chiliad, there's no spring or anything else like that, but there is a perfectly described, geographically located location in GTA 5 which fits the location perfectly in real life. And you guys can research this as well. I've literally done so much research into this. If you take a look east, you will actually notice around Mount Gordo, there's a few springs. Okay, so this is the first one, and as you guys can see, it's literally a clear, pure spring. You can look all the way through this water, and there's also another one as well, but I think there's a peyote plant near this one. But this is one of the springs which is set in the exact geographical location, and if you guys look at the description as well, you're meant to stay here at sunset, and a tall, blonde Lemurian woman is meant to come up from the water and then walk down into the forest, which I believe, if we take a look down here, you will notice there's some sort of forest going on down here. Yes, you guys can literally see trees down there. So this is one location. This is the second spring, which is also in the geographical location. So if you guys are wondering where to look in order to find these legends, then it's one of these springs, which as described in the real life legend is somewhere around here. So I don't know the exact location, and I don't even know if this person exists. It's awesome to see Rockstar Games have incorporated these legends from real life and put them in GTA 5, and it's amazed me that it's taken us 4 years to discover this stuff ourselves, guys. But what gets me more is that all of these tribes, these Native Americans, all of these brotherhoods would gather at sunset to try and find this tall Lemurian woman, because legend says if you gather at sunset, she will appear in the cold waters of Panther Springs and go into the forest. If we go back over to the Outpost camp and take a look at all of the drawings on the camp which Rockstar Games have left behind in the Outpost camp for us to look at, you will notice that there's these red suns. There's more suns down here as well. I believe there's some writing down there. I'm not even sure what that writing says. Light? I think it says light or something like that. But you can see there's all of these red suns, and the yellow suns are actually daylight, and the red sun is in fact sunset, because when the sun goes down on the horizon, all of the sky turns red. You can see the sun goes red as well. It's setting in the horizon. And if we do this now, I'll show you guys what I mean. So if we take a look over here, red sun at sunset, that is what the Outpost camp are observing. And if you guys come over to sunset as well, I'll quickly pause the time and go all the way over here. And there we go, guys. I've just come back, and there is someone standing on the edge of the Outpost camp looking into the distance for sunset. If you guys test this out, no matter where you guys are, on Xbox 360, on PlayStation 3, on Xbox One, on PS4, on PC, there will always be someone standing there looking at the sun, waiting for sunset. And this is something which we've all known for such a long time, but no one knows why. And the only reason why these guys in the Outpost camp stare at the sun at sunset is because of the real life legends which surround this entire location in real life. And Rockstar Games have literally taken all of the real life locations, implemented them into GTA 5, kept the cultures, kept the Easter eggs, kept the legends, kept the mysteries, kept everything the same to spot on. We're still not done. I've got half a page just over to still go over here, guys. So let's go back over to Mount Chiliad, and for a moment I thought that rock was a woman. Oh my gosh, I thought it was a woman. Oh, come on. Okay, doesn't matter, guys. But something interesting, and we'll get onto this point in a minute, is that if you go over to this spring, you will actually notice that there is a peyote plant around here somewhere. Yeah, this is the peyote plant right next to this spring. So maybe if you eat this at sunset, you might see a woman rise up from the water. I'm not too sure. Hey, okay, we're back on Mount Chiliad. Good to be back, guys. It's now sunset. I'm going to keep it at sunset as well. But if you guys read further into Mount Shasta, you will notice there's a few other legends and mysteries and Easter eggs going on. You will notice that it's referenced to as a vortex energy center, and people, thousands of people, tens of thousands, if not millions of people all over the world will go up to Mount Shasta and meditate for relaxation or open their mind and stuff to discover other dimensions and worlds. To be honest, I can imagine it would be quite peaceful up here, but people go up here to meditate and just try and relax and open their mind and discover other dimensions. Now, if you guys read that and then explore Mount Chiliad a tiny bit, you will notice that they do actually have a peyote plant there, which is kind of relaxation, I guess. You literally just eat something and your character will transform into another dimension of literally becoming another life form on this planet. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there, guys. This is the cave. This is one of them. And you can also see there's another red sun there, red going into the horizon. You can see the blue horizon right there as if it's on the horizon going down. And you can also see this here as well, which shows people have explored this place and they're looking after it. They're leaving literally a ram's head inside this cave because it's their sacred spot. And this is one of the caves which, according to this book, Unveiled Mysteries in Real Life, the person discovered, and it took him to a magical place. Not even joking. And Rockstar Games saw this book, saw this legend, put this cave in, and as you guys can see, this is definitely a sacred cave. It's got all of these symbols around here, which shows everything these guys believe in, and it's also also got something over here which shows these guys are still active with, so this cave is not forgotten about, and there's also a gift going up to the sacred gods above Mount Chiliad or something like that, but it's pretty crazy. So this cave was actually referenced in this book, Unveiled Mysteries, which took someone to literally another location. And where was that location? Well, guys, it's none other than the Lemurian city known as Telos. And if you guys do a tiny bit of research into this, you will notice that there's literally thousands of people who don't know each other all over the world who have said the same story about what they have encountered, which is known as the Lemurian city, known as Telos, which is underneath the mountain of Shasta, which has a complex series of tunnels throughout the entire mountain underneath, which leads them to a city underneath Mount Shasta where Lemurians live, where they only pay with gold, and they sometimes come up at sunset. Am I blurry? Am I blurry? Come on, come on! Come on, don't blur me out, webcam. Don't blur me out. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry, but it won't even let me close my game, and if I do, it will completely mess up this recording. So I'm going to be a tiny bit blurry for the ending of this video. But if you guys read into some trivia about this mountain, there's actually someone called J.C. Brown, who was a British prospector who discovered a lost underground city below Mount Shasta. This is where this legend began, and it all started in 1904, where Brown had been hired by a mining company to search for gold in Mount Shasta, but instead he discovered an 11-mile cave descending into Mount Shasta to an underground village filled with gold, shields, and mummies. Brown later organized a group of 80 people to search this 11-mile tunnel, but on the day of the search, Brown disappeared and was never heard of again. So the only person who claims to have actually gone down this tunnel inside this village he's vanished. From the UFOs, to the Altruist camp, to the sunset and why they look at the sunset, to even the spring on Mount Gordo. There's so many crazy things going on inside GTA 5 right underneath our noses, and all we needed to do was look at the real life location. It makes so much sense because Rockstar Games have literally based this entire game from the real life location. But there's so many legends in real life revolving around Mount Shasta, and if you guys look up every single one of those legends, it will lead you to another Easter egg on Mount Chiliad. So I'm going to explore this because I think there's more to be found. This brings me to my final point, because Rockstar Games have followed all of these legends word for word, apart from a few things. But something we do know is that there is actually an underground tunnel in GTA 5 under Mount Chiliad, because if you guys have watched this channel for just over a year, you may have seen a few videos where we have discussed this, because if you guys go over to this location just over here and follow this path down, you will notice that this path doesn't actually exist, which means only one thing: Rockstar Games have given us a tunnel to find in Mount Chiliad. But this is the confusing thing. If you guys take a look underneath the ground, you can't see anything. There's literally no tunnel whatsoever. So this tunnel doesn't actually exist in GTA 5, but in theory, it does. If you guys take a look at the radar, you can see it right there. So something which I'm guessing is one of two outcomes. The first outcome is that we need to do something to trigger this tunnel. Maybe there's something we need to do in the game to try and unlock something which takes us into this tunnel. That theory is still very possible, but the next theory is that Rockstar Games left this road here to kind of conclude all of these legends going around Mount Shasta in GTA 5, because if you think about it, these are only legends, and if you guys were playing GTA 5 normally, you wouldn't have mods to use. So if you guys came over to this location, you would assume there is something below you. But of course, without mods, you can't go underneath the ground. So this would simply spark another legend in GTA 5 that there is actually a tunnel underneath you, which you can't access, which no one knows how to get into. That as well is another interesting theory. Rockstar Games have hidden so many legends, so many Easter eggs from real life in GTA 5, and I think we're only scratching the surface. So if you guys did enjoy today's episode, then dropping a like on it would of course be greatly appreciated. And if you guys were interested in this video and want to stay updated with future Easter eggs and updates along this mystery, then I recommend you guys subscribe to the channel, because I know for a fact this is not going to be the only video we're doing about this Easter egg, about this mystery in GTA 5. And something I want all of you guys to do right now is, if you have any ideas, anything which you guys think could contribute to this, let me know in the comment section below. And if we do get a community effort, and if all of you guys do help out, then I'm pretty sure we're going to find out so many more answers later down the line, and soon enough, we're going to have everything we need to solve this entire Easter egg, this mystery revolving around Mount Chiliad. But from what I see, this mountain is just a total replication from Mount Shasta, and with it came all of its legends, came all of its Easter eggs, came all of its mysteries, which Rockstar Games implemented into GTA 5 around Mount Chiliad, which is total genius. So if you guys want to find out more information, just keep looking into Mount Shasta, and I'm pretty sure we're going to find some answers very, very soon. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Nort. Until next time, stay absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.